Alex Pereira, take a goddamn bow. Will McGregor ever fight again? The CTE. Come on, Ariel, I've got CTE. Again, jokes. Relax, everybody. My God. There's a lot to talk about. Of course, we were all speculating as to what was going on with UFC 300. Now we know what's going on with UFC 300. We know what's going on with Khamzat Chimaev. And just real quick off the top, I just got sent a video of Ariel Helwani going on a rant, calling me bootlicker Bisping and all the rest of it. Jesus Christ, Ariel. Jesus, buddy. Relax. We're having a laugh. We're taking the piss. My God. He says, oh, we've known each other for a long time. We have. I thought you could take a little bit of banter, Ariel. Bloody relax. My God. Bootlicker Bisping. I'll have that slap fighting gig. I've got the slap fighting gig. I'm a commentator in the sport, okay? My God. I can't remember all what he said. I was watching it, laughing my head off. Jesus Christ, Ariel. You're good at what you do, buddy. All right? Relax. Jesus Christ. Anytime you insert yourself into the conversation, you become a part of the conversation. So therefore, we're going to have a laugh. We're going to take the piss, which is what we do on this show. Okay. We don't sit here and cry into our microphones and insult people and remind the world about the 14 trophies. Anyway, Ariel, all the best. There you go, buddy. Right. UFC 303, pardon me. I did. I thought there was a chance because John McCarthy told me last week, he said, it's off. And then as we know, everything came back on, the promo and stuff. I mean, I guess with McGregor, it's a shame. It is a shame. Listen, we've taken shots at each other a little bit on social media, and I've been a victim of the voice notes and all the rest of it. But you can't deny what he brings to the table. There's nothing like a Conor McGregor fight week. And I was very, very much looking forward to it. I really was. I was looking forward to the fight with him and Chandler. Chandler, it's a really, really tough situation for him as well. As we know, he's been waiting for a long time to get that big fight. By all accounts, I saw some breaking news that they're going to make it August 31st, but that was just on a social media post. Have you seen if there's anything official from the UFC, Harrington?
So what I've heard is that it is not a target for the Sphere because some fights are already booked up for that. So they were looking at adding a date, either that August 31st date, like you said, or sometime like a gap in between Independent Fight Week and that August 31st date in September.
Yeah. So if it is August 31st, if we just take that date, that would suggest to me, if you look at it and I know about the history of fighters getting injured, and this is probably why there was a little bit of deliberation, because maybe, I don't know, he's tweaked his knee, hurt his leg, the shin bone's playing up, whatever. As we said, I think on the last show, a lot of fighters, when they have that injury, they often struggle with it going forward. And I would assume, and again, this is a lot of assumption, that there was an issue with the leg, but it wasn't that bad. And they're kind of saying, well, let's push it back a little bit. And they didn't know what they were going to do. And I'm sure his management team around him said, look, listen, you don't want to come back half-cocked after 3 years away, and come back and give Michael Chandler an even bigger chance of winning because you're injured for the last few weeks and you can't train. So let's push it back a little bit. And I'm assuming UFC didn't want to announce it because they don't want to announce it and not have a main event when the fight's so close. So rest up McGregor, Chandler, keep doing those kettlebell swings, keep giving those TED Talks, and keep doing what you do. Michael Chandler, stay with it. And August 31st, I hope it goes down. So it's a shame, but the fight's still going to go ahead. But I tell you what, Alex Pereira. I was laying in bed this morning thinking about Alex Pereira taking that fight. And I saw a post from Adam Catchell from TNT Sports and the Fight Disciples. And he said, he was talking about Alex Pereira. He's in Australia, or he was in Australia a couple of days ago, doing like a PR tour and just meeting fans and stuff like that, doing appearances and stuff. He broke a toe in UFC 300 against Jamal Hill. Apparently he's broken another toe somewhere along the way. So he's got 2 broken toes. He's currently in Australia, and he's got 2 weeks until the fight, and he's going to take on the samurai himself, Jiří Procházka. And after the schedule he's been on, what he's achieved in such a short space of time, the star power that he has amassed, he's become one of the biggest stars in mixed martial arts. He's a 2-weight division champion, and the schedule has just been unbelievable. Alex Pereira, take a goddamn bow.
And I mean, if you look at his resume, it is just UFC champion after UFC champion. I think he had two of his fights in the UFC have been against people who did not at one point touch gold. So it's like, not only is he on this rigorous pace where he's fighting, every few months and providing these highlight reel knockouts, but he's doing it against the absolute elite in MMA right now.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, when you look at his record and the fact that listen, the narrative is, and it's probably the truth, he was kind of fast-tracked to fight Izzy, right? But he won 3 fights, 3 fights before he got a shot at Izzy, and he beat him in round 5. But he took an immediate rematch. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I'm speaking about the fighter and the strength of schedule and stepping up on short notice, the fact that he went straight away, yeah, I'll fight Izzy again. Now, granted, he'd beaten him 3 times, but there was no pontificating. There was no bullshit. There was like, yeah, straight away, let's do it. He beat him in November. He fought him again in April in the very, very next fight. And yeah, he got knocked out. Moved up to light heavyweight, beat former champ Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prochazka, and then Jamal Hill. And now he's going right back in again, over Yuri Prochazka. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is why this sport is so amazing. For people like that, for people like Alex Pereira that have that kind of, for want of a better cliched statement, that warrior mentality. He really does. He's like a throwback fighter. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, and we'll get to Robert Whittaker in a bit. He tweeted yesterday, anyone, anywhere, anytime. And Robert Whittaker's another one. Do you know what I mean? You just got to absolutely have ultimate respect. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, 303, it's not Conor McGregor, but it's still a bloody good fight card. And Yuri Prochazka was doing pretty good in that fight. Yeah, he did get drops, but he was having success. And then, as we know how the finish came. But Yuri, after that fight with Alexander Rakic, I'm very, very excited for that fight. So, unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's guaranteed fireworks, right? It's like, if you need to replace somebody with the star power of Conor McGregor, I need somebody who I think has a very good chance, one way or another, of that fight ending in a first-round knockout. Right? Like, that's what the bloodlust in the fans is real. So to replace it with something where it looks like all action on paper is, that's a pretty sweet ace in the hole to have for the UFC.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. Here's one thing I spoke about yesterday. I did a little YouTube video and I said, and I wondered, I'm just thinking out loud, will McGregor ever fight again? I think that's a fair question, because if he injured it in this camp, there's a potential that happens again. I mean, look at Chris Weidman and the troubles that he's had. He got a good win recently over Bruno Silva, but the leg issues have been kind of consistent ever since that break. Anderson Silva, even though it kind of takes away from my victory over him, he was not the same knockout artist that he was. You know what I mean? And who else is there? There's been a few others over the years. And for McGregor, he's tried to come back after 3 years away. He's got a lot of other stuff going on outside the fight world. Obviously, he just did the Roadhouse movie. I think they're doing a sequel as well now. He's got businesses galore, Lamborghini yachts. The leg just gave way. If it happens again, and that's the thing, he's going to have to be very, very careful. He's going to have to train with recovery in mind, because if it happens again at 35, and it's a quick turnaround, August, it's only around the corner. We're halfway through July now. July 15th, this Saturday, I'll be back in action at the Apex. June 15th, pardon me. Did I say June or July?
You said July, but
I thought I said July, and then I second-guessed myself. It's the CTE. Come on, Ariel, I've got CTE. You would have mentioned your 14 trophies. What about the Hall of Fame shit behind me? Again, jokes. Relax, everybody. My God. I hope McGregor comes back. I really do. I really do. And I hope it's a massive fight, and may the best man win. And for Michael Chandler, again, I'm repeating myself, but you do feel for the guy. Waiting all this time, finally gets the fight. He's about to fly to bloody Dublin for the press conference. That gets cancelled. Then he's been hanging in limbo, waiting to know if the fight goes ahead. And here we are. But silver lining, August is just around the corner. TNT Sports, they're not flying us all out there to cover the event. I'm still going for the power slap, Ariel, and I'm still going for some other reasons as well. I got a bit of filming stuff to do, but UFC 303, man. That's the great thing about this sport and the UFC. right? And you can call me a company man or a bootleg Bisping, right? Call me what you want, right?
Oh, I will. I already talked to ad sales about getting you a Timberland deal for these.
Let's go. It's unreal because listen, it's not McGregor, but it's still bloody good. I mean, so the new card is Pereira versus Yuri, Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. That's the co-main event. That's unreal. And then Anthony Lionheart Smith versus Carlos Ulberg. Not to mention, we've still got Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Page, Mayra Bueno Silva taking on Meisha Jasson, and that's your main card. Unreal. Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Page, opening up the main card, and then we're off to the races. Anyway, that's the show. We just snuck one in on a Friday morning. Lots to talk about there. Ariel, bloody relax, mate. Come on, take a joke. Conor McGregor, rest up, get better. Same, of course, for Khamzat Chimaev. Congrats to Alex Pereira. Unbelievable. And Yuri Prochazka stepping up. Both of them short notice. Fighting for the belt again. That's incredible. All right, today's episode is brought to you by the 8 Sleep Pod cover. I've talked about this a lot. I love this thing. Rebecca loves this thing. The 8 Sleep mattress pod cover, it just slips right over the mattress like a normal mattress cover. And then it has all kinds of heating and cooling technology built into it. So you get a comfortable night's sleep. You sleep deeper and then you wake up more rested, okay? And then you can set either side of the bed as low as 55 degrees or the other side as high as 110 degrees. Obviously, you just tweak it. Then you have the app. It tells you your resting heart rate when you sleep. It tells you your quality of sleep. It tells you exactly when you were awake and asleep throughout the night. It gives you a sleep score. It tells you how much REM sleep, how much deep sleep, and what you need to do to improve your sleep going forward. Give it a try. You're going to absolutely love this thing. I can't say enough good things about it. The body needs to drop in temperature when you fall asleep and then slowly start to rise. So I just want to point out that the pod cover doesn't stay at that temperature that you set it at. Then it goes on like its program and alters and changes throughout the night so you get the perfect night's sleep. Anyway, 8sleep.com/Bisping to get $200 off and free shipping.